The Promised Land, Faith, Humanity, and the Future of Israel and Palestine. Today we ask a very urgent but difficult question. What is the Promised Land and who is it promised to? Is it only for Jewish descendants, or is it also for Muslim and Christian descendants? Or is the whole earth promised to humanity by God? And most importantly, what the promise means for the people already living there or for those who displaced it. It is not just history, it is about war, displacement, and human suffering. Let's unpack that together. The origin of Promised Land. The idea of Promised Land came from Hebrew Bible. God promised Abraham that his descendant would inherit Canaan, but Abraham's descendants not included Jews but also Christian Muslims through shared patriarchs. If the promise was made to Abraham's children, shouldn't all his descendants, Jewish, Christians, and Muslims be included as a promised or unpromised zone? Or it is a human interpretation? Modern political claims. The land was there before everyone, before Genesis or birth of Moses. Fast forward to late 19th century. Zionist movement begins in Europe fueled by persecution and anti-Semitism. 1917. Britain issues Balfour Declaration, promising Jewish a homeland in Palestine, but also pledging not to prejudice rights non-Jewish communities. After Holocaust, pressure mounted to create Jewish state. In 1947, the UN voted to partition prejudice into Jewish and Arab states. Arab opposed, arguing that Jewish get land more despite being the smaller population. In 1948, Jewish declared independence. War erupted. Around 750,000 Palestinians were displaced. The Nakba or catastrophe. The question is, if the land is already promised, does that justify expelling people already living in there? Wars and expansion. 1967, 6 days wars. Israel captured East Jerusalem, Gaza, the West Bank, and Golan Heights. Palestine lose more land, more hopes. Israel today controls most of the land. Settlements to continue the expansion of the West Bank.
Occupation wants all of Palestine. They want every single village. They want to expel residents and settle on all of the land.
Gaza remains blockaded. Millions live in refugee camps. The question is, can a promised land be built on ruins of the another people's hope? The moral question. If the land is only promised for the Jewish, what happened to the Christian and Muslim people living in there? Should the Jewish worldwide abandon their home to move in there? Can such a small land feed and house everyone? If the promised land is for all descendants of Abraham, why fight over it instead sharing? The biggest question, if God feeds Jewish, Muslim, Christian alike, what right do humans have to deny food, dignity, and safety to others in His name? Humanity above border. God did not create passport or borders. Human did it. The earth belongs to everyone, but nations are human inventions. Our first identity is humanity, not Jew, Muslim, or Christian. And if we are human first, then why dividing people by religion to decide who live and who suffer is fundamentally wrong. Do we honor God by others making stuff survive or die in His name? Or do we dishonor Him? Arguments to reflect on. If the land is promised, isolation from the rest of the world is impossible. No land is self-sufficient. Food, oil, medicine came from everywhere. If the promised land leads endless bloodshed, then what kind of promise is that? The promised land is not just a piece of soil. It is peace, justice, and dignity for all. The question is not whose land is this. The question is, how can we share the earth, gifts of God, not turning it into a battlefield? So I leave this question for you. Can land justify suffering for another children of God? Can land be holier than human life? And what is our first identity, religion or humanity? If you really believe humanity comes before borders, before divisions, then share this video and your thoughts in the comment section. Let's open the debate, not to divide, to bring truth, compassion, and peace into the conversations.